Okay, so this particular podcast, it's going to be a really short one. It's just me. I'm not interviewing anybody today, but I have got a really powerful and I would say fairly obvious idea for you if you're looking to improve your game of table tennis or indeed any game. Today I want to talk to you about what I believe is one of the keys to success. And it comes down to 3 words. Raise your standards. Raise your standards. What am I talking about? I'm talking about your standards in everything that you do that is related to the game. So that could be things like obviously your performance on the table, work on it, improving your game, your backhand, your forehand, your footwork, your serve, your receive, and all the other elements. But also it's things like, your standards generally, like the standards of the food that you eat, the fuel that goes into your body, the standards of your training that you do. I always remember listening to Ivan Lendl, who was basically one of the greatest ever tennis players. And he was, at the time, ranked number 1 in the world, and he'd been ranked there for something like 258 weeks on the trot, which at the time was the record until Federer came along. And I think it's actually Djokovic now, who's the world record holder. But anyway, that's beside the point. So Lendl was asked how come he was so successful. Was it down to his forehand or his backhand or, his high level of fitness? What was it? And he said no. He said that every day since he was 8 years old, he would do far more than anybody else could possibly expect. And so this podcast is about raising your standards. And let me tell you this, that in life, as well as in table tennis, if you do the same as everybody else, what sort of results do you get for doing the same as everybody else? You know the answer to that, and it's probably the same as everybody else. So if you want to stand out, and I don't care whether that's stand out in your club, stand out in your county, stand out in your country, or perhaps be the best in the world, then you don't get that by being normal, if you forgive the pun. You don't get that by being okay. You don't get that by putting in the same effort as everybody else. You get that by working consistently, never-endingly, passionately, ongoing, and I suppose enthusiastically on your game, beating on your craft. Boy, I remember when I was a young man, I started playing table tennis a little bit late. I was, I think, 13 and a half, and obviously the halves matter when you're 13. So I was 13 and a half, and I literally took a day off when I was 18. When I was 18, I played against a guy called Qiu Yuhua, who was the world champion, on my 18th birthday at 9 o'clock in Thornaby Pavilion. Played against China. And, it was after that, about a few weeks after that I took a day off. Now, I tell you that not to try and impress you, but just to impress upon you that, if you're going to be good, if let's say you're a young man or a young lady watching today or listening today, then, I don't know how much you're practicing. I don't know what you're practicing. I don't know, what level, you're at in terms of raising your game. But all I can tell you, if you want to do better, you must raise your game. You must look at each and every element of your game and work out how to improve it. So that's it, really. That's my message. I hope you take it on board, and I hope you fulfill your dreams. Thanks very much for listening.